Once known for its more thrilling attractions, Drayton Manor Theme Park is now recognised as one of the best family theme parks in the UK. Following a period of investing into thrill ride attractions, the target audience for Drayton Manor's family owners switched from thrill seekers to families with the opening of Thomasland in 2008, a move that will begin a whole new focus for this theme park going forward. Since then, there's been no large investments into the thrill ride market, but instead, a large number of family attractions added to this theme park. In 2020, following an early season flood and the COVID-19 pandemic, Drayton Manor filed for administration. Rumours were circling that the Mellors Group were about to take over, but it was in fact the Looping Group who bought Drayton Manor. The Looping Group already had UK interest with their ownership of Pleasurewood Hills, but Drayton Manor would quickly become their main UK focus, with plans in place to instantly improve the theme park. Almost as soon as they took over Drayton Manor, we saw vastly improved catering options, but all available at high prices. Before the Looping Group came in, Drayton Manor was a disjointed theme park to visit, with mismatched theming everywhere. But from 2021 onwards, the owners have tried to improve on that, and that all started with Adventure Cove. Adventure Cove is the branding in place for a cluster of attractions that were previously plonked into place with no thought behind their styling or theming. And whilst this area does still feel a little bit disjointed, it's a lot better than it previously was. A chaeroplane type attraction was added to the area, with other existing attractions incorporated into Adventure Cove. A popular decision was made, the reopening of the Rapids ride, but now with a higher height restriction and an extremely catchy soundtrack as part of the Adventure Cove theming. These changes brought in a fresh feeling to this area of the theme park, taking away some of that disjointed feeling around it. But with that said, it's still difficult to see how rides like Stormforce 10, Air Race, and even the Wave fit into this area long term. I think with some really good investment into replacement for those attractions, the Adventure Cove area could be even better in the future. But for now, let's leave the speculation for another video. In 2022, the new Vikings themed area opened with the classic Buffalo coaster reimagined to Jürgenmunde. I have no idea how to say that, even 3 years later after it's opened, and 3 new attractions opened up in the Vikings area. This new Viking themed area was a clear sign of the Looping Group's intent with Drayton Manor. It was very clear that they were keen to modernise the park with themed lands and rides with low height restrictions that are suitable for families to enjoy together. Whilst the new investment into this area was great to see, there's one clear problem: throughputs. None of the rides in this area are queue moving attractions, especially not Loki. The Zamperla Nebulous ride concept is a really fun ride to watch, but sadly, the throughputs on these rides is terrible and makes the queuing experience really boring. Or the Zamperla Disco, that is absolutely not a roller coaster, is another example of a ride that is fun to watch but tedious to queue for. So for balance, the Viking themed area was a great investment and a clear sign of positive intent from the new owners. But the choice of attractions for this area weren't great choices in my opinion, and that is largely due to the poor throughputs on those attractions. In 2024, more big changes were evident at Drayton Manor, starting with the change from Shockwave to the Wave. The UK's only stand-up roller coaster was transformed into a sit-down roller coaster with a low height restriction and lap bar restraints. In theory, this change was a decent idea because stand-up roller coasters are uncomfortable and, quite frankly, rubbish. The new train, in my opinion, is uncomfortable from the minute you sit down to the last few seconds before exiting this ride. And then to add to that, there's a large yellow bar right in front of the eye line of the riders on the front row. In my opinion, This conversion has not worked well, and if it was up to me, I'd be making plans to remove this roller coaster and replace it with something better and something modern that's suitable for families to enjoy at the soonest opportunity. Honestly, in theory, it was a great idea. Make it more family friendly with a seated riding position and a lower height restriction. But yeah, in my opinion, this has just not worked out and is now the worst coaster at Drayton Manor. Something else and something better also happened in 2024 though, and that was the opening of their brand new roller coaster, Gold Rush. Located on the old Apocalypse site, Gold Rush is the perfect roller coaster for young families due to its low height restriction and gentle thrills. Some people have claimed that Gold Rush is the best family roller coaster in the country, and they are wrong. But there's no doubting that this is a fun family roller coaster for families with younger children. The reason I don't believe that Gold Rush is the best family coaster is because families with young teens will be looking for something that's more thrilling. With that said, I do think Gold Rush was a fantastic choice for Drayton Manor because of their target audience. The opening of Gold Rush also meant new theming for this area of Drayton Manor, with existing attractions being rebranded to the Frontier Falls Western theme. There's no doubt that the Looping Group have improved Drayton Manor, but in my opinion, there's still further improvements to be made, and hopefully those are going to come in the near future. Ride capacity and throughputs have always been an issue at Drayton Manor, and unfortunately, the Looping Group haven't done anything to change that so far. Luckily, they bought more than one train for Gold Rush. However, only buying one new train for the Wave has done nothing to improve the dire throughputs on that coaster. Maybe this is just my wishful thinking, but maybe they just bought one train for the Wave because it's a temporary fix for it before they completely remove it. None of the Drayton Manor roller coasters have decent throughputs, and unfortunately, the same can be said for most of the other attractions in the park. As well as the ride capacity issues, there's still improvements to be made around Drayton Manor. Pirate Adventure and Excalibur have both been closed for well over 10 years, with no sign of replacements for those incoming. As mentioned many times in this video, Drayton Manor is focused on families as their target audience, and that's fine, but something that they should be wary of is alienating families with children over a certain age. The majority of their attractions are perfect for families with younger children, but there's not actually a lot to do for families with young teens who aren't interested in Thomasland and other such attractions anymore. There is no doubt that Drayton Manor has a secure future with guaranteed family visitors who are keen on things like Thomasland, Gold Rush, and other attractions suitable for young families. But in my opinion, they shouldn't forget about the families who may want to do something a little bit more thrilling. Not every family has children of a similar age. Sometimes there's going to be families with children that have got 5 or more years in between their ages, meaning that what may be suitable for one child in a family isn't going to be suitable for an older or younger sibling. Looking at the bigger picture, so far the Looping Group have done a great job with Drayton Manor. They took on a disjointed theme park with no direction and what seemed like a park with no future, and have turned it around, giving the park direction and the stability it so badly needed. Drayton Manor now has a couple of well-styled lands with a clear theme and identity. It has modern attractions alongside some of their older favourites. They have popular seasonal events on throughout the season, and they do a great job with their social media marketing year round. I'm not yet ready to call Drayton Manor the perfect family theme park, but with more good investments around the park, they can certainly reach that level. For the time being though, you should definitely consider visiting Drayton Manor, and when you do, book online to lock in the best prices. They often have offers on for groups of 4 people, which work out at really good value. So now it's over to you. What do you think about Drayton Manor Theme Park? Let me know in the comments section below. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like by pressing the thumbs up button below. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.